Today we have a special session. We have a very special guest today, and we're going to be talking about specifically about the healthy you in the new year and 3 tips to beat procrastination. Now, you are here because you're a high achieving individual, and this group is all about mindset. Your success, including your health, as we'll be learning with Crystal today, starts in your mind. So I am thrilled to welcome my guest, my friend and colleague and fellow mindset specialist, Crystal Malari. Crystal is a certified fitness professional, a behavior change coach, mindset specialist, and also the CEO of R3VOLVELIFE Fitness. And Crystal is here to talk with us today about how to jumpstart your health in the new year and beat procrastination in 3 simple steps. So Crystal, welcome. You and I have had the wonderful opportunity before to have a conversation, and I'm just thrilled. Especially this is our last Success Mindset Live of 2021. So I'm just thrilled to have you here. You have such beautiful energy. And we'll be here, just for our audience, we'll be here a little bit longer than 15 minutes. It'll probably be closer to 30 minutes. But I really invite you to tune in, listen, focus, pay attention, and maybe even take notes. So Crystal, would you start by telling us a little bit about your background and what you're doing now?
First of all, Stephanie, thank you so much for having me. I'm honored to be your last guest in 2021. I'm sure your audience is perhaps jumping for joy that 2021 is almost over. And I love the topic of kickstarting a healthy lifestyle and beating procrastination, because your audience, who are high achieving entrepreneurs, are very much in line with my audience, which are, typically women and men who are high achievers in their careers, in their businesses, in their, their home life. However, there is a tendency to maybe be not as successful in their health. And, the commonality is maybe the lack of time, or there is, how do I make it a priority? Because everything else is my priority. Running my business is my priority. Raising my family is my priority. Making sure that I have a successful household is my priority. And health tends to be, they fall at the bottom of the list, right? And so that's why I'm really, really passionate about health and fitness. I've been in the industry for over 17 years. I worked my way up in a big box gym as a fitness manager, personal trainer, and fitness instructor. However, in my years of working at a big box gym, one component that was not emphasized and which is truly lacking is the mindset. I would run classes, I would, lead my team of personal trainers, and I would, lead my own clients, one-on-one clients in personal training. And I found that it didn't matter if I gave them the perfect nutrition plan. It didn't matter if they were working with myself, taking my classes, training with their personal trainer 3 to 5 times a week, if they didn't have the right mindset. The moment they would stop training with their trainer or experience what we just experienced, which is the holidays, because their mindset wasn't on point, their health and fitness would falter, and perhaps they would take 10 steps back, 20 steps back, and in fact have to start all over again. And that's what I like to call the weight loss roller coaster.
Right.
And I'm sure, I've experienced that, where you would be super successful and then gain the weight once you stop, lose the weight, gain the weight, and it's nauseating. Yes. And so I truly believe that fitness, and in the title we said healthy, there's different definitions of healthy and fitness. But in my world, as you mentioned, I'm the CEO of R3VOLVELIFE. Fitness and health is personal growth. Mm-hmm. It's mental health. It's therapy. It's transformation. It's accountability. It's confidence, strength, and peace of mind. And so this is where I wanted to, share in my experience and knowledge with your audience, the New Year's resolutions. I love and hate it. I love and hate it.
Everybody, yeah.
But how do we kickstart it? And kickstart is an interesting word because to me, or jumpstart, to me, jumpstarting is also being prepared for when the motivation wanes.
Got it.
And
Crystal, just so we understand, because you were mentioning in your years working at the big box gym, you observed this roller coaster trend, right? Yes. So this kickstarting is based on your observations and seeing what works. Is that right?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Because from my years of training clients, that missing component of the mindset, it actually inspired me to go to Adler Learning, which is here in Canada, it's an academy to get your life coaching certification. And I also became a mindset specialist through a different certification online. And I fuse the mindset component, which I know you appreciate, in health and fitness. Because once you are able to beat procrastination, which we're going to talk about today, once you're able to have a deep enough why, once you're able to conquer those self-sabotaging behaviors, it's only then that you will achieve that healthy, ideal body, create a sustainable lifestyle. And so that's why I'm really passionate about what I do. So thank you for bringing that up. So in my world, and I truly believe for high achievers, fitness, it should be non-negotiable.
Absolutely.
It really should, but it's easy to say, but and hard to do. So I would love, I'll just ask you, and I'm sure like your audience who will watch the replays or hear live, I would love for them to share as well. On a scale of 1 to 10, Stephanie, in comparison to how fit you could be, what would you rate yourself from 1 to 10?
Oh, that's a great question. And I can't remember if I've told you this before, but I'm a pretty good exerciser and eater. So I would say I'm probably like a 7.5. I could be doing a little bit better right now. I had maybe a few too many sweets over the holidays.
Yep, me too. And I'm sure that your audience, I typically see when I ask this question that scoring ranges between 3 to 7. It's very rare that I hear an 8, 9, 10, right? So my second question is, why is that number not lower?
Why is my number not lower?
Yeah. Well, why do you think?
I think in my case that I'm pretty disciplined about exercise because I know the exercise and diet, because being an entrepreneur, I have only myself to rely on, and I've got to be energized, right?
Absolutely. And thank you for saying that. That is exactly the reason why it's not lower, because being active is important to you. And so what do you think in terms of those that score lower and maybe are not in your mindset? What do you think what do they need in order to be fitter? What do you think is missing? Well, so you have that mindset, you know that you need the energy to be successful. But for someone who has a lower score, let's say 3, 4, what do you think is missing?
Well, I think part of it is the mindset, right? They've got to really understand and be in love with that idea of being more energized, right? Because as we know, inspiration comes from inside, right?
Yes. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
You nailed it on the head, because being in love with exercise is rare. Because in order to have that energy, you need to exercise consistently. And you mentioned self-discipline. And when someone who is not as disciplined as you or I are, there's this fear about how painful exercise is going to be. So what they're actually doing, and I know you understand this, is that the procrastination kicks in, especially when someone who maybe has never worked out a day in their life or has been inconsistent with their exercise. What they're thinking about is how painful it's going to be. Right? That's what they think about. And so they produce the feeling of pain in their body and discomfort even before they started exercising.
Oh my gosh, that's such a great observation.
And so because they're already feeling the discomfort and pain in their body, of course they're going to procrastinate, because you and I both know that procrastination is really trying to keep us comfortable. Yeah. And it's definitely a lot more comfortable not sweating, not, doing your push-ups, your burpees, your reps, your running on the treadmill, huffing and puffing. Of course, it's more comfortable not experiencing that. So here's kind of like where what we teach inside inside my academy is, number one, something that was not created by myself, but a wonderful motivational speaker and writer, which I know you've heard of. Her name is Mel Robbins.
Oh, yes.
And we have adapted her 5-second rule. And so counting backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, she used this tactic because she was notorious for pressing the alarm, the snooze button every time her alarm would go off. And I don't know about you, but I've had that habit before. Right. And so the consequence of her pressing the snooze button every single morning is that she would wake up late, then her kids would be late for school, and then her kids would be mad at her. Then she would, literally start off her day in a negative mindset. And it was a snowball effect. And one day she was watching TV and she watched and witnessed the control room count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and watch this rocket ship go off. And she thought to herself, what if I imagined in the morning, I was in that control room and I hear 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just get up. And it worked. And she thought that must have been a fluke. So she did it the next day and the next day and the next day. And that's how the 5-second rule was born. Now, I know that there is scientific, background behind this rule that she created. But for me, what it does is it doesn't give procrastination a chance to self-sabotage you. Right. Because procrastination sounds like, oh, don't bother, you're too tired, you had a long day, just press the snooze button one more time. You know what, just start tomorrow. You had a really tough day, just have a glass of wine instead, right? So those voices, before we hear any of those voices, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, before you have the opportunity to think and experience that pain, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and do it. So that's my first.
So number one step is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that countdown.
5-second rule. Yes. Before that procrastination voice in your head has the opportunity to make you feel all the pain and discomfort that exercise brings, say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go do it. That's my very first. Yes. So, and I'm going to, this might sound a little harsh, but as a fitness professional, sometimes you and I, we, as coaches, we need to bring a little tough love.
That's right. Yes.
And so one of the things that I truly believe and teach, and it, as coaches, it's our job to put a mirror in front of our clients' faces, right? Because they have all the answers. We just ask the right questions. And one of the things that I believe, being in the industry for over 17 years, is that your body is the exact reflection of your daily habits.
So true. Yes, it is. Yes.
So knowing that, when you're, because I speak to hundreds of women who come to us because they want to lose weight, right? They, they're sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. The image that they see in the mirror does not reflect the image that they see in their head, especially as a professional, right? I talk to a lot of professional women who feel like they're wearing a mask at work, where they have to put this persona of being in charge, and yet they feel like a failure when it comes to their own health and their own body. So one of my second tactic and tool to beat procrastination, again, we study from the best of the best, is created by a gentleman named James Clear, and he wrote Atomic Habits.
Yeah.
And so a beautiful tool that he teaches in his book is habit stacking and the reward. Now, this is especially beneficial when you are trying to develop the habit of working out consistently. Like you and I, it's a part of our identity. It's who we are, But for someone who has the New Year's resolution to be consistent with their workouts, habit stacking looks something like this. So we all have daily habits, habit being something that we do unconsciously because we've repeated it so many times.
Yeah.
Whether good or bad or neutral, I just want you to think of a habit that you do, Stephanie, and we'll use you as an example. Let's pretend you don't work out regularly. Okay. So what is something that you do without fail every single day?
Well, without fail, I do brush my teeth every morning.
Brilliant. Every morning. Thank you. I'm hoping that your audience does the same. So that being a habit we don't think about, what you can do is have your workout clothes and your trainers on your washroom counter, right? And then have your toothbrush on top of it. So if that is a cue for you and a habit that you do without fail, you brush your teeth and, oh, there's my workout clothes. There's my trainers, my indoor trainers. It's time to work out. Now that might include adjusting your time a little bit, right? Yeah. Even 20, 30 minutes is enough. But if you attach that habit that you want to make with a habit that you do consistently without thinking, without failure, you are more likely to adapt that new habit. And with working out, I would definitely say, give it at least 5 minutes. What I mean by that is turn on your favorite music, pump it up really loud in your headphones. And whether it's dancing, just start warming up. And I promise you, after the first 5 minutes, you're going to want to continue. You're already up. You're already, your blood is already pumping, your muscles already warm. You're up already. You will more than likely continue and get that 20, 30-minute workout done.
So Crystal, I'm just curious, a couple of questions. One is, so the habit stacking is like you're literally putting the toothbrush, stacking it on top of your workout clothes. That's the stacking.
Yeah. Yes.
And then a bit about the music. Is the music a key part of this too?
When you're trying to adapt a habit that in your mind is uncomfortable, you're dreading it, like you said, I love that you use the word love and self-discipline. Self-discipline has a very kind of strict connotation beside it, especially when it comes to health and fitness. So and maybe changing our language around that, maybe instead of self-discipline when it comes to your health, maybe we look at it as self-devotion.
Oh, I love that. Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Because when you think you're devoted to something, what does that bring out in you, Steph?
Well, it brings out care, love. And, Crystal, it reminds me also of, Michael Bernard Beckwith. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he talked about the body as your body temple.
That's right.
Right. So that to me ties right in with devotion, right?
Beautiful.
It's a self-devotion. Yeah.
Exactly. So the music is helping to create a different environment, create more exciting emotion within you, something that you look forward to rather than dread. Right? And that also works if say, for example, you are trying to do meal planning as a regular part of your healthy lifestyle. Pump up, your favorite music. Listen to a podcast. Maybe have a girlfriend on the phone and make it a time to catch up. So you're making that task, that habit, something that you look forward to. Because too many people think of exercise as a pain, physically. As a pain, it takes too much time, as a pain, right? And so if we start creating an environment that we look forward to and look at that exercise as a way to care about and appreciate and love this beautiful vessel that we've been blessed with, then the tendency to be excited about doing it day in and day out, whatever your workout schedule looks like, increases.
Yes.
And that actually leads me to, well, there's two parts to it, the habit stacking, and then he teaches a reward. So I don't know about you, but I love coffee. I love a dark roast black. It just, the smell, the taste. I mean, I don't get wired because I've been drinking coffees for so many years, but it's the taste and the smell. I love it.
Yes.
So perhaps for someone who is trying to adapt this habit of working out consistently, after they have, they've used that tool of habit stacking, after their workout, their reward is a beautiful cup of their favorite coffee.
Okay.
Or tea.
Right.
Or whatever type of, what is a reward to you? That, to me, that's a reward.
Right.
Maybe just having a quiet moment, meditation, maybe it might be a reward. Maybe going for a nice walk is a reward.
Yeah.
Maybe, having a nice hot shower is a reward. What does a reward look like to you? And ideally it's not food, although it could be a healthy, delicious smoothie.
I was going to say that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if
so the reward has to be something that's really meaningful to you and healthy.
Yes. Ideally, right? You don't want to have, a big
have a beer.
a beer or like a chocolate croissant after a hard workout and eat all your calories back. But at least you have something to look forward to. So that's another way to kind of beat procrastination. And that also leads me to that reward. Number 3 is your why. Everyone has a reason to lose weight. I speak to so many women and they say to me, Coach Crystal, I want to lose weight. And I'm like, okay, but why? If losing weight was a good enough reason, there would be a lot more fit people walking around.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's not enough. And being healthy, what does that even mean? So the next practical and simple step to beat procrastination is know why you're doing it. Why do you want to get healthy? How will losing 10, 15, 20, up to 100 pounds change your life? Does that look like having more energy to play with your kids? Because after a long day, you have nothing else to give. Does that look like, being able to wear a bikini on your vacation and not be conscious that everyone is judging you? Does that look like doing a hike with your family and not being the last one huffing and puffing at the bottom and them asking if you're okay every 10 seconds? Does that look like putting on a power suit and walking into that presentation with your head held up high instead of feeling self-conscious because you couldn't find anything to wear in your closet? So what does that look like to you? What is your why? And so being armed with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, shutting up that self-sabotage, procrastination voice, habit stacking with something that you do without fail, and then an immediate small reward that you have to look forward to, and then having a long-term reward because you know what your why is, will help you not just jumpstart, but hopefully maintain your hard-earned results so that you will look in the mirror and really appreciate the reflection that you see and create a sustainable lifestyle and finally get off that weight loss roller coaster for good.
Yes, yes. Oh, I love it. I just love how you've explained these 3 tips in a way that everybody can do this, right? It's not out of anyone's reach. These are really, really, really easy to, easy to understand. It can be more challenging to implement, right? Especially as you were saying with habits. And I love how you were saying that the body is a reflection of our habits, right? Of our subconscious mental programming. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you could tell, I've been here taking notes.
That's amazing. I love it.
You're so articulate. I love your energy and how you explain this all so clearly, Crystal. So I'm sure that there are going to be people in our viewers who want to get in touch with you. If people want to contact you, want to follow up with you, what's the best way for others to reach you?
I have a closed Facebook group and it's entitled Healthy Lifestyle and Weight Loss for Career Women. So I'll send you that link.
Healthy Lifestyle and Weight Loss for Career Women.
Yes. Okay. And that group, we have free meal planning classes by my coaches. I have a team of coaches that that work for me. But in that group, we offer free meal planning classes, free workouts, a free cooking class, and that's also where my live show is held as well. And just like you, I interview the best of the best in mindset, health, and wellness, and I also teach more about how to live a sustainable, healthy lifestyle. So I'd love to invite your female audience to request to join. It's absolutely free. And there's a lot of amazing recipes in there too, and a community of women who are like-minded women who want to show up as their best in not just in their career and their home life, but in their health.
Wonderful, wonderful. And being with you is going to be being with the best. So I will post those so that those who are interested can follow up with you. So Crystal, thank you so much. We've got to do this again in 2022 to reconnect. I hope many times. Thank you for bringing your beautiful energy. Like I've said, I've written down these 3 tips to beat procrastination, and really appreciate your expertise, the beautiful energy that you bring. And we'll see you again soon, and all the very best for a very happy new year.
Thank you, Stephanie, and a happy new year to you, and a happy new year to everyone who is listening to this in the future. My pleasure, and I hope to see you inside the R3 community.
Yes, we'll see you soon.